Hey everyone, it's JoJo, and I'm here to do my Q&A. So it's actually very windy tonight. So it's a very windy night. Um, in fact, I was driving earlier, and the wind was like, it was like a tornado's coming. Like the street lights were like shaking, and it was over me, and I was so scared. I was like, I was just gonna drop on my friggin' car. But anyway, so by the way, I'm drinking some tea in my Valentine's Day mug. I'm gonna spill some tea in these Q&A and these questions. Okay, so the first question is from Meg Mac of Photography. What are some videos that you're planning to make in the new year? I love your content. Thank you, Megan. So, okay, so I know everyone loves the makeup tutorials. I'm gonna give that a break for right now. I enjoyed making the makeup tutorials. I was doing it for, God, it's been like almost 2 years. But it's about time to like just give a break with the makeup tutorials. They're always the hardest to film and edit and upload. So I'm definitely more vlogs. I have a Valentine's Day vlog coming up in a couple of days. It's going to be uploaded. I want to film some more vlogs. A lot of Bath and Body Works content, of course. Love the Bath and Body Works content. What else? I may do a day in the life vlog. I may do a house tour. I've never done a house tour before, but I might do a house tour, depending on where I can film in the house. I might do a house tour. I might do some declutter videos, decluttering some of my Bath and Body Works stuff, maybe some clothes. My closet is crazy right now, jam-packed with clothes, so I need to declutter a lot of the clothes in my closet. So, yeah, definitely that. And, let's see, what else? Yeah, just like, probably a lot more hauls. I want to bring back the story times, you know? So, yeah, because a lot of stuff happens to me, so it's always good to talk about it in a video, you know, a dedicated video. Okay, so thank you, Meg, for the question. Okay, so the next question is from Tequila Cheerios. I like that name. Hi, Judge. If you were given all the resources you would need to make your dream life a reality, what would that life look like? Your videos always bring a smile to my face and are a nice distraction from life's chaos, so thank you for continuing to make them. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. If you were given all the resources you would need to make your dream life a reality, what would it look? Oh, that's a good question. Let me just sip some tea and think about that for a second. In all honesty, probably, I would not be in New York. I wouldn't be in New York, so that we'll just get that off the. I don't know. I'm not a New Yorker. I'm really not. I think it's a beautiful city. I just finished Gossip Girl. I need to talk about Gossip Girl. I'm going to talk about Gossip Girl in a different video. I love that show. That show, oh my god, if you've never seen Gossip Girl, watch it. And they filmed the whole show in New York City. And listen, on the TV show and other movies and TV shows, like, you know, they film in New York. Oh, they film the most beautiful places. And, you know, that's not the way New York is. It's not. I mean, it's definitely, they make it look better on TV than it is in real life. I promise you it's not like that. Some places in New York is really nice, but they edit out all the chaos and craziness going on in the city. You can't even get to the city with all the damn traffic unless you take the subway, but the subway is gross down there. It's freaking atrocious down there. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely not in New York. I would want to live, I would rather live on the East Coast. The West Coast, I'm sorry, the West I'm on the East Coast right now. The West Coast. I would love to be in LA. Even if I did stay on the East, I would live in Florida, but I want to live in a quiet area, like a really quiet area. And there's not many quiet areas in New York, hence why I want to leave. I want to go somewhere really quiet. I used to, you know, part of me still always will hold up hope that there's a miracle guy out there that's gonna sweep me off my feet and be there for me and be open and honest and not care what people would think and date me and not care. But honestly, that's never gonna happen. And I've accepted that. I really have. I've accepted it is what it is. I know I made that video last year and I meant every word I said, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I can't hold on to something that's not gonna be there. So I need to make myself happy then and just leave it at that. So a guy will be there or not, whatever, but even if I'm by myself for my whole life, which will be sad, but it is what it is. I've accepted it. Then I will be by myself, but I would really like to be stable in life, like have a nice career at this point. I mean, I just turned 34. I mean, I just really want, like, I really want to do something I really love and care about above everything else. And if I can do that anywhere right now, I would love to do it. But I have to find that perfect place for me because right now, like, New York is just not it. It's not working out for me in New York. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try to find someplace else. So resources would be a different area, quiet, doing something I love doing, like styling, fashion, and yeah. At the end of the day, like, nothing's keeping me in New York. I have no friends. I have a couple of friends. Okay, we'll get, because someone asked me about. By the way, I don't really read the questions. I skim through it quickly, but I like to organically answer it in the moment. So I really don't know or pre-plan what I'm going to answer. But I did read, I skimmed through it, and I did see someone ask a question about friends and whatever. So I'll get to that when I get to that. But as I said, nothing's really keeping me in New York. So there's really no need to stay here if there's really no point in me staying here. And everything's so expensive here too, for no reason. New York is not even that great, honestly. Okay, well, thank you so much, Tequila, for the question. Okay, so the next question is from Nike 2030. Do you have a best friend? Okay, here's the question. Okay. How many friends do you currently have, and what is the nicest thing about them? Did you distance yourself from any negative, toxic people? All right, so we'll start with, do you have a best friend? Honestly, can I keep it real? I don't. I really don't. I don't think I have a best friend. And I hate saying that because I do have a few good friends, but I'm not gonna call any of them my best friend. I'm not gonna, I've had best friends that have been horrendous to me, stabbed me in the back and everything else in between, which is the next part of the question I'll get to, but I don't have a best friend currently. Of course I've had them, and do I wish I, picked the right people in my life to be my friend? Of course, because then I wouldn't have all this heartache with friends. It's like, it's rough. It's rough because when you don't have family and then you don't have friends and you don't have a boyfriend, like, what do you have? You just have yourself. You have no one, So when something happens to you and you're down and out and you want to talk to someone, there's no one to talk to. So sometimes I do, and I don't want to make this sound weird or creepy, but sometimes I do sit in, not that I talk to myself, like I have a full-blown conversation with myself, but there are times when I'm sitting in my room and I'm like, damn, like, I do say, I do talk to myself a little bit. Like, I'm just like, because I'm lonely, and like, who could blame me? But I came to realize that it's better to not have people in your life because then you can't get hurt if there's no one there to hurt you. So I think I like it better this way. I think I like it better being by myself, honestly, because I never learned my lesson with friends. I picked the wrong people in my life, and it's just, at this point, I have to accept that maybe the people in my life that have, that I choose aren't the greatest, but it's like, there's no, like, crystal ball, there's no, like, when you meet someone, it's not like they have this open hand book, like, this is what's gonna happen, this is what I'm gonna do to you, this is how I'm gonna fuck you over in the future. You don't know. So it is what it is. So yeah, I'm happy to be myself, honestly. I have a good time by myself. I go everywhere by myself and have a fun time. I'm content. I'm really content being by myself. It's sad, but I'm content with it. How many friends do you currently have, and what is the nice thing about them? I have like three friends. One I never see at all. That's because she's always working. Two of them I see often. One of them, I'm not gonna lie, like she's done things to me that's really hurt my feelings. But honestly, like she has been a good friend to me. I'm not gonna lie, she has been a good friend to me. But there have been things that she's done recently too. Like she has been a perfect friend to me. Of course, I'm not naming any names. No one knows what I'm talking about. Who I'm talking about. But there was this one girl, like we really were really close, and she's been amazing to me up until the last like couple of months of our friendship. She was kind of acting like weird. Um, I've told her some things and other things I haven't told her, but like some things I just rather just keep to myself. And I just said I'd rather just be by myself anyways. But I do see I see her. I used to see her a lot more. Now I don't see her as often. There was a lot of drama going on, not between us, a little bit between us, but mostly between our other mutual friends. So it's kind of like we were stuck in the middle of it all, and it became like a whole web of shit that we just couldn't get out of, and it trickled to us. So it is what it is. Like that's what happens. And then another girl, oh, she's amazing. This other friend of mine, oh my gosh, she's the one I'm doing I'm doing with the girl Valentine's Day party with. And I make goodie bags for her, and you're gonna see like on my Valentine's Day vlog in night in, I make like these Valentine's Day like treats and goodie bags and stuff for the party, and you're gonna see that in the video. Um, but yeah, I would say three really good friends, but I really don't see them often, honestly. But yeah, I mean, I have three good friends probably. And then the last part of the question is, did you distance yourself from any negative, toxic people? Uh, I was gonna talk about this in a makeup tutorial, but I never made the makeup tutorial because I'm as I said earlier, I'm just not making the makeup tutorials right now. But I did mention it lightly in my best of 2024 video that something had happened to me, and I was really shaken up about it, and it took me a while to get over that. There was a really good friend. She was actually my best friend, honestly, for a very long time. We were best friends for 15 years, but we were on and off again. But we were really, really close. And this is the last time now. Like there were times when I have not spoken to her, and I said I'm never gonna talk to her again. But then I end up talking to her again, like down the line. But I know this is the last time because I physically can't. After this last stunt, I just can't. Like she's the epitome of toxic. Epitome of toxic. In fact, I rather be friends with you know who on YouTube, and we know who I'm talking about. I'd rather be friends with her 10 times over than this last friend I had because she was so toxic. You don't even understand. I'm not gonna get into details because it was really graphic and horrible. Like I can't even really talk about it. Honestly, it was really bad. But it happened on Thanksgiving of all days, and it's sad because I traveled to go see her, and I was completely blindsided, mostly by her boyfriend, but she took a part in it too. But I really feel like that incident that night was really the icing on the cake, though, because even before then, she really wasn't a good friend to me. She was doing so much shit to me, and she's just a horrible person. And Thanksgiving was like my last straw. Um, and then, it was horrible. It really was horrible. It was like I felt so blindsided. I felt so attacked. It was totally uncalled for, so ridiculous. Um, and then I heard that through grapevine, like through a mutual friend of ours, that she's not even friends with this girl anymore. She's completely toxic. So this other girl's not even friends with her anymore. But we contacted each other a little bit, and she's told me like, yeah, she was talking mad shit about you, like saying all this crap about you, and the things she was saying about me, you would never have thought we were best friends. The way she was talking about me behind my back, you would have thought I was her worst enemy. I mean, it was horrible. I mean, whatever. spill the tea, right? But that's basically what it is. I really can't really explain. I mean, that was the last toxic person, but there was a few other people throughout the year. Last year was a horrible year for me with friends. There was so many toxic people I had to cut out of my life. But she was the last one because she was the one that happened towards the end of the year on Thanksgiving. But she was the worst case because it was like I was trying to hold on to our friendship because I really cared about her and I really did care. And I wish I didn't because I would never have stayed friends with her as long as I did because she's such a horrible, ridiculous, toxic, evil. Like she's like a villain in a Disney movie. Like she's horrendous. But I stayed friends with her because I've known her since high school. But this last stunt, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like this was just. And then her boyfriend got involved too, and it was like, well, actually, no, her boyfriend was the main reason for that night. I'm not going to blame it on her because it was really him, but she added to it, is what I want to say. She added to it. But the main cause of that night was him. He was the main cause of it. But there's just so much, I mean, so much more to it I can't really talk about. But he's a complete psychopath, bipolar psychopath, and I tried to be there for her with that too. Honestly, I don't want to, but no one knows who I'm even talking about, anyways. But I was trying to be there for her with that situation. There wasn't a day that went by that she did not call me up complaining about her boyfriend, something did to her, something he did, or I mean, I can't even explain. I can't even say the shit he did and said because it was that bad. But he treated her horribly. But then she also treated him horribly too. So it's kind of like they're just both toxic for each other. They're both just toxic people in general, just separately or with each other in general. But I do think they belong together. Sad enough. I do think they belong together. But no, she's a horrendous person. And yeah, I'm glad that that's out of my life. I'm glad that's out of my life. You can't hold on to something. And even my other friends were like, why did you stay friends with that for this long? We kept telling you, like, she's this crazy, sick. There wasn't one person she got along with. Not one person. Everyone that's ever met her left being like, what the fuck is that? Like, who is that? Like, why would you be friends with something like that? Like, don't bring her around again. Like, everyone had a problem with her. Like, there was not one person that was like, I couldn't bring her around to anyone. I really couldn't. So when we hung out, it was just the two of us, or she would bring maybe one of her friends. But other than that, none of my friends could hang out because she was horrible. She's a horrible person. And she doesn't have many friends either, honestly. Not that I know of. Not that I was her best friend. Like, I was the friend that really was there for her, the one that did the most for her, the one that was there for her the most, and she fucked me over royally. Anyways, so that was that. Thank you, Nick, for the question. Jesus. Okay, so now the rest is all from Eugenia Lovely. I love Eugenia Lovely. She's been an amazing, I don't even want to say fan. I'm going to say friend, a distant friend, because she lives, in a different state. But, so we're going to start with her questions. The rest is all her questions, girl. So, Jesus. Okay. So the first question is, what's on your bucket list? What do you want to achieve in the next 5 years? Girl, I'm coming with the questions, LOL. And that you did. What's on my bucket list? Traveling a little more. I would say go on dates, but that's not really my choice or my doing. It's really the guys that are into me. I can't go on a date with someone who doesn't want to date me, and none of the guys are comfortable enough to date me. So it's like, I can't really, it's up to them. I'm willing to date, but it's up to the other person and the men that are into me. It's up to them because I can't, date myself. And what else is on my bucket list? Leaving New York. And what I want to achieve in the next 5 years, definitely leaving New York, definitely. And in the next 5 years, I would be 30. I would be 39. Oh my God, pushing 40. At that point, I better be out of town. At that point, I better be out of New York. But knowing me, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What are you gonna do? You don't choose your life. The life chooses you, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to, sustain myself in life, but when the cards of the deck is against you, you know, there's really not much more else you can do. But yeah, that's what I want to achieve the next 5 years. I just want to be stable. I want to be happy. I want to meet people, like friends that are good to me. I want to meet friends that are finally good to me that I deserve. And you know, unfortunately, I do pick the wrong people in my life to be my friends, but I really want to find a way that I can meet someone and really meet a good one and not like be so like, I don't know, gullible, but it's like I don't know who I can trust. So it's like it's rough to meet people when you've been burned so much. So it's like, you know, you kind of have to stay away. But the next question is, if you could time travel, when and where would you go? I would time travel to two different decades. The first decade I would transport to, would travel back to. Um, Actually, you know what? I have three different answers for this. Okay, so the first part of this, I would go to three different places. The first place would be the 80s, the decade of the 80s. And the reason why I want to, even though I was not technically born in the 80s, I want to see how the 80s was because I've heard so many amazing things about the 80s and how special it was and everything. And of course, you see the TVs, the movies, the music, and everything, but you can't grasp it unless you live in that time zone. So I would love to go to the 80s and experience the 80s life for a year at least. And then I would travel to the 90s and I would want to relive some of my favorite moments from the 90s before before I got older and things got so bad. So I would like to relive some parts of my childhood in the 90s. Because the 90s was personally my favorite decade, but then again, I'm biased because I was born in the 90s and I grew up in the 90s, so maybe I'm just biased that way. But I would love to go back to that point. And where in these, I mean, honestly, like, I would love to travel the United States in the 80s and travel the United States more because in the 90s, I only really stayed in New York and I think I did go to Disney World in Florida a lot. So I would say Florida was but other than Florida and New York, I didn't go anywhere else in the 90s. I stayed in those two states. So I would love to travel to the different states in the 90s and see how everything was. And then the third part is I would travel into the future now. So I would travel into the future and see where I am 10 years from now. Um, you know, so the future, I would travel to 2035 and I would love to see where I am and what I guess I have to look forward to in 10 years from now. The next question is, what's your favorite board game? That is, that's a good question. Let me drink some tea before I answer that. Let me see. I loved Guess Who. I always loved Guess Who. Monopoly was too damn long, girl. I never could fuck with the Monopoly. My favorite board games as a child was Don't Make Daddy. Oh my god, that game was so much fun. I loved Candyland. But when I got a little bit older, I really loved Clue. And Clue was so much fun. Oh my god, I love Clue. And there was a Harry Potter board game called Diagon Alley or something. And I love that board. In fact, okay, so I went to my cousin and I forgot who bought her the board game. We were like, oh god, I was like, I don't know how old I was, 11, 12. It was when Harry Potter just came out in the movies. And I don't know, a family member got my cousin a board game for her birthday, like the Harry Potter board game. And I went over her house and I played and I was like, I need to get this board game. I need to find this board game. So I ran around Toys R Us. Remember Toys R Us? Yeah. I ran around Toys R Us every Toys R Us trying to find this board game, and I found it. And honestly, I still think about playing that from time to time. I love that game. I could probably bring some of these board games to the Valentine's Day party. But I would be playing some kind of games, maybe some more sexual, games, not like Candyland or, or Clue. But we're probably gonna play some Frisk games. But we'll see. The next question is, what was your favorite age? What was your favorite age growing up? Oh, I would love to stay 21 forever. That was my go-to age because at that point, you're still young, but you can drink, you're an adult, whatever. So I would stay 21 forever. Honestly. I still remember my 21st birthday too. I went to Applebee's. There was a time when I was obsessed with Applebee's, and I had my 21st birthday there. And I think that's where I had my first kiss with a guy. No. No. That was my second. Okay, so my first kiss with a guy was before that, but that was my second kiss. Yeah, my second kiss with a guy was on my 21st birthday at Applebee's. Okay, the next question is, do you plan on going on any trips this year? This year, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna make it my mission to go to Disney World, even if it's by myself. I don't even give a shit. I mean, people go places by themselves. I don't care. I want to go to Disney World once. I think I want to do the Halloween version, like I said, but definitely Disney World or California. Those are the places on my bucket list to share. Okay, so the next question is, and this is all from you, Junior Lovely, by the way. If your heart came with instructions for your future husband to know how to love you unconditionally, what would those instructions say? Okay, so I'll answer this part first. If your heart came with instructions for your future husband to know how to instructions for your future husband to know how to love you unconditionally. Honestly, the instructions will be, you need to accept yourself. First of all, you need to accept yourself, not even me, but yourself first. So he needs to accept himself first and be who he is and be comfortable with who he is. And then he needs to be comfortable with me. So that's first and foremost. And he needs to, of course, he needs to like love me for me, care about me, be there for me. Like I be there for him. But I never really thought about instructions. What would those instructions say? Honestly, the only one I want, the only thing I would say, as I would tell them, is to just be comfortable with yourself and don't care what other people think of you. Would probably be the only instruction, because everything else, like, you can, we'll take it as we go, but that needs to be number one, honestly, for me personally, because for everyone else it's different. For me, and the way how I am, and how, like, it's how men are just not dating me or want to date me or comfortable with themselves, that's the number one top priority. Because if they're not comfortable with themselves, then I'm just gonna stay in this spot forever. It's just, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm not gonna be like, there's no progression. It's just gonna be like, it's not me, it's them, really. Like, I'm fine. As I said before, I'm ready to date. It's they're not ready to date me. What are the 3 qualities of a man must have for you to consider being in a relationship with them? Well, be comfortable with who you are. Be comfortable with who you are. Number 2 is looks. You have some kind of look to you. You don't gotta look like, oh my god, like a fucking Greek god falling from the sky. But some kind of, look good. And then probably you have to make me laugh and be loyal. Yeah, that would be loyal to me. The next question is, do you have a morning routine at work? If so, what's it like? Okay, so my morning routine before I go to work, so it, well, no, I wouldn't say it differs. The timing is different. So there's the times when I wake up really early for like the morning shifts. There are times when I do night shifts. So it's like it comes and goes. Like it's different. But my, do you mean for work or just in general? Because there are times when I get ready for work at night, like if I have a night shift. So I'm just gonna say what's my routine before I go to work. I'll just say that. So honestly, I shower the night before. Um, so then I wake up. I'm already showered because it was the night before. I have breakfast. I'll have like a bowl of cereal, yogurt, and a piece of toast. Then I will shave my face, but in the future, hopefully after I get the electrolysis done, I would need I wouldn't have to I would skip that step. I wouldn't have to shave my face. But right now, before electrolysis, I have to shave my face. So I shave my face, then I put my eye contacts in, then that's when I do my makeup. So it takes me like over an hour to do my makeup. So concealer. Normally I do a full face. I never do not a full face. I do a full face. So I do my concealer, my foundation, lipstick, eyeshadow, mascara, eyeliner, brow makeup, blush, contour, the whole thing. Then I do my hair. Normally I just straighten it. Sometimes I'll curl it, but mostly I just straighten it. It's just quicker to straighten it. It's just easy, come and go. I straighten it and I go out the door. And then after straightening my hair, no, first I get dressed, and then I'll put some body splash on, put some jewelry on to match the outfit, put some cream on, and then I'll, get my baka book, my jacket, and then I'll probably take a bottle of water with me to go. Sometimes I'll take like my like tumbler with like some kind of iced beverage in it if it's if it's iced tea or if it's water or whatever. And then, but while I have my breakfast, I do have a cup of tea in the morning too, a warm hot cup of tea in the morning before while I have my breakfast, and then I leave. Okay, so which I might do some more get ready with me's. I did one last year for Halloween. I might do more get ready with me's this year too. Honestly, I think I will do more of that. I might even do a Valentine's Day get ready with me, like before I go to the Valentine's Day party. Okay, the next question is, how old were you when you had your first celebrity crush and who was it? It's a good question. Oh my god. I don't know who the hell my celebrity crush was when I was a child, honestly. I don't remember. I don't even know if I even thought about guys like that back then when I was. But you're not even saying child, you said just it could be any age. My celebrity crush. I don't know how old I was, but there's so many good-looking guys. Like just thinking, like okay, Dwayne the Rock Johnson. You all know how much I love him. I'm always like, oh, he's so good. I had a crush on him because I used to watch the wrestling. I used to watch I didn't even get into him when he was doing acting. I got into him when he was in WWE or WWF when it was called back then. And I had the huge crush on him. And then I had a crush on Zac Efron from High School Musical. I really wasn't into his hairstyle in the first movie, but I had a big crush on him when he cut his hair in the second movie. And the third movie, he was like, oh my god, it's so hot. Let's see, who else? God, there's so many. Well, recently, okay, so Gossip Girl, none of the guys on there really intrigues me, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they were cute. Like, that, there was the main one, Dan, who's played by Penn, he's cute, but I'm not, like, physically attracted to him like that. And then there was this other guy who he was pretty. He was Nate. His name was Nate in the show. I don't know what his. I think his name's Chase in real life. He has a very pretty face. He's really cute, but he kind of looks like an elf, like 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 those cookies, like the elf guy in those cookies. I don't know. I wasn't in. I don't know. Personally, they should have just made him gay. In all honesty, but um. But Beverly Hills 90210, I had a huge crush on Jason Presley. Let's keep it real here. He was so cute. And then, of course, Luke Perry is gorgeous. I had a crush on Paul Rudd and Clueless. I mean, oh, and I actually had a crush on Alicia Silverstone too in Clueless, honestly. She was my only girl crush, and I've said this before, I never had a girl crush before, celebrity, not celebrity, but she was the only girl I was like I can't say I was attracted to her, but I definitely had a little girl crush on her. Definitely, Alicia Silverstone for sure. Alicia Silverstone's the one. If any girl would have my heart, it'd be Alicia Silverstone. And then the next question is, what's your love language? Food. Oh, Bath and Body Works. What's your favorite type of exercise? Running. I used to love doing squats, but I think the only exercise I really do is on the treadmill, and I haven't even done that in a while, but I do like to work out on the treadmill when I do work out. Do you listen to podcasts or do you only listen to me? I do listen to podcasts. So, there's a podcast called Young Oldish with Brian Austin Green from Beverly Hills 90210. And he does, he talks about, he has interviews people from the 90s and from his cast and talks about like back in the day and in that realm. And then I watched the Lawrence brothers. They have a podcast and they talk about more than just like the 90s, even though they were celebrities, they're popular in the 90s. They talk about a bunch of different things, but I do think that they do still cater more towards the 90s era. They talk a lot about the 90s stuff, movies, TV shows, what they were in. They do interviews with people, the cast members that they've starred with in movies and whatever. So, podcasts like that. I watch, oh God, I watch, what the hell is that everyone has a podcast now. I watch a little bit of the Teresa podcast, Turning the Tables. I watch the Mob Wives podcast called Straight It Out, something like that. I don't know. But the Mob Wives podcast. But everyone has a goddamn podcast now, so it's like, I mean, that's really all that's there now. I mean, there's this podcast. I should just make a goddamn podcast. But no, I love to listen to music. I definitely listen to music way more than listen to podcasts. What's your most prized possession and why? Oh, that's a really good question. Okay, non-sentimental, I would say my Bath and Body Works products. 100% Bath and Body Works product. But like more sentimental kind of thing, would probably be, I have this bracelet my grandma gave me. It never fit me too, but I'll never throw it out because she gave it to me. But I keep it. It's more so like a keepsake more so than I wear it because it's too big on me. And I never got it fixed. But I will never throw it out. I'll always keep it. The bracelet, no Tino shade, God bless my grandma. The bracelet is not that, this is the thing. I think she got it for me before she knew I was into more of the girly things and stuff. So the bracelet's more like a male bracelet, and it's just not my thing. But again, I will never throw it out because it's something she bought me and it's sentimental. I'm trying to think of things. Oh my God. Okay, so my grandma found an old book before she died, of little notes my mom would write my school teacher in school when I was like in preschool or whatever. They would write each other notes. I don't know if they even do that now, but they did that back in the day. And she found the book that the teacher wrote my mom. My mom would, they would converse through this like little book, and she'd write them each other letters. And I have that, So I kept that. Oh god, that's the most prized possession. There's also this ring, my mom's ring that I have. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to start crying. Right? I don't want to start crying, but yeah, that's definitely it. Okay, what's your ideal first date? Take me to Bath and Body Works now. I know, you know what? Honestly, not even joking, probably be the mall. Honestly, it doesn't even have to be Bath and Body Works. I just think the mall is a good place to meet because it's really public. There's a lot of people. You know, we can do a bunch of different things. We can eat. We can go shopping, or not even shop, but we can just walk around. We can do whatever. So the mall is actually a really good idea. Um, but again, you could movies, going to see a movie, going to the, you know, if it's really beautiful out, the park. Do you like to make plans ahead of time or do you things more spontaneously? I like to plan ahead of time. Sometimes my plans don't follow through. Sometimes most of the time I'm always late. But I like to plan things. I have actually like a book, or actually just my notes on my phone. I write like I have like the days of the week and like plan of what I'm doing each day. So I like to pre-plan things. I like it, you know, jotted down, and so I know what I want to do that day. Um, that's what I like to do. I go by like my own, and sometimes I do have short-term memory loss. So I forget, so I like to write things down too. So sometimes it's very rare that I'm like, oh, I'm not doing anything today. Let me call up my friend and we'll go do something. That never happens. Um, so that never happens. So, and just in general, like I'm never like, oh yeah, let me do something today. Or, like it's always pre-planned. I was like the day before, I'm like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna go food shopping, or I'm gonna go, I don't know, like to the mall, whatever. If I know like a new collection of Bath and Body Works is coming out, oh my god, I would like, you know, pre-plan that. You know, that's the day I'm gonna go to the store. I'm really talking about Bath and Body Works a lot in this video. Jesus Christ, I'm always talking about Bath and Body Works. Jesus. Okay, the next question is, what would be the first thing you'd do if you won the lottery? Get the fuck out of this. I would, yeah, I would literally just tell everyone deuces, bye, what, and then pack up my shit, I'll have the money because I won the lottery, so I would literally just buy a fucking tow truck or whatever and order a tow truck. I'll go drive off in a limo to the airport and then get the next flight out of here. And then probably find a really nice, quiet, peaceful, serenity house that's not in New York and it's somewhere quiet and spacious. And the next question is, do you believe in life on other planets? I do. I do. I don't know if they're considered aliens. I don't think they're like these little green things with like an almond shaped head and like, you know, looking like ET phoning home. No, I don't think that they're like it's like that. But I do think that there's some kind of life form. Even if it's not like they're like they have like a body and hands and a head and whatever, but maybe they're more like plants, not plants, but like they're like living things, but they don't like move on their own, like you know, flowers and plants, like they're living things, but they don't have a face, they can't talk, they can't move, they can't grab things. So I think it's something more like that, where like there's some kind of like other type of being, but I don't think there's humans, because humans would not survive in other planets. They won't. They can't. They wouldn't be able to. They would have to stay in that astronaut uniform. But there's no way a human life form can be living in another planet on Earth. So they would have to be some other kind of being. But again, I don't think they look like little green things, you know, running around. Like I don't think that. The next question is, would you ever relocate for work if your job asked you? Yes. Yes, I would. I definitely would. Anywhere out of New York. What's your way to spend a day off? Oh my god. Playing in makeup. But then again, I do my makeup every day for work, so I don't even need to play in makeup the day I have off. But if it's not that, then I like to binge TV shows like Gossip Girl. Oh my god, anytime I had like a day off or anytime I can watch the show, I'd watch it. Oh my god, I was obsessed with that show for like over a week. I was just like Gossip Girl, Gossip Girl, Gossip Girl. I didn't want to do anything else but Gossip Girl. Um, I was just like Gossip Girl. There was times I didn't even eat. I was like, no, I need to watch. I need to stay and watch Gossip Girl. That show really whooped me in, and I was just all about that show. Like I'm obsessed with it. I love it, and I want to rewatch it again. But it's too soon. Like I literally just watched it, so I'd have to wait. I probably won't watch the whole damn show again. But my favorite episodes I would rewatch, and I have a lot of them. I basically it's almost every episode. Um, so yeah, binging TV shows, having a cup of tea, just chilling, watching YouTube. Um, the 15th question is what instantly calms you down. I guess like YouTube, tea, cup of tea, doing your makeup, playing your makeup. What's the worst job you've ever had? Oh, the supermarket. The supermarket was the worst. It was like literally living in the show Gossip Girl. Honestly, it was that dramatic. People were planning people's demises behind the scenes. They were trying to get people fired, and it was just such a drama, high school bullshit type of job. Unbelievable. It was unreal. It was unreal. Ridiculous. I never work. Don't ever work at a supermarket. Um, the next question is what annoys you the most about your jobs, the new job? When people make a mess, they don't clean up after themselves. Yeah, so it's that. The next question is if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Oh my god. Pizza? I know it's generic, but pizza or oh my god, cupcakes. I would say pizza. I would say pizza. I'm gonna be generic and say pizza. Do you believe in love at first sight? I do. It's never happened to me, but I do believe in it. You don't have to see it to believe it. You know what I mean? Like, just because it hasn't happened to me doesn't mean I don't believe that it could happen or it doesn't happen. I do believe in love at first sight, though. Do you believe in second chances? I do, but I do not believe in third, fourth, fifth, or sixth, seventh, eighth chances. Sometimes I do give people third chances, fourth chance. Like the last friend I had, oh my god, I gave her like at least 50 chances, even more than that. No, oh my god, honestly, no, no, way more than that. 200 chances, but but I would never do that again with anyone else. Yeah, that was a one-time thing. I'll never do that with anyone else. Yeah. Normally it's really 2 or 3 chances, but anything past 3, no, no. I'll always give someone a second chance. It's rare I'd give them a third chance, but anything over a third chance, no. Except for that one girl, but again, I'm never gonna be friends with her again. It's just never gonna happen. The next question is: did you and your last friend that you had an altercation with make up? Oh my god, oh my god, you asked this too. Um, no, we did not, and we're never going. Well, I literally just answered that. No, we're never gonna be friends again. It was the girl from Thanksgiving, and no, I'm never gonna be friends with her again. No. And if you knew her, you first of all you'd be like, what the fuck? Were you friends with her in the first place? But we will never make up. I know I've eaten those words. Never. And I've said it before, and I've done went right back to her and friends in general. I've always, I do eat those words sometimes, and they say never. But I'm saying never. I knew that this is the last time. I swear, it's the last time. I can never physically put myself in a situation again. Like it was like borderline dangerous. So there's no way. I might as well just be friends with a serial killer at that point. Um, the next question is, this is still all from Eugenia, by the way. Which actress slash actor would you play in a movie about your life? Or would play you in a movie about your life? I would say, well, he's not even an actor, he's a singer. If he was my age, I don't know if he is, but Adam Lambert maybe, but I don't know if he's my age. Um, if he was my age, I would say Adam Lambert. But actor, actress. I can't see an actor playing me. Other than someone like if it was Adam Lambert. But actress, um, it's a good question. I don't think anyone really looks like me. Right? Maybe you can answer that, Eugenia. Like answer that in the comments. Is there any actress that looks like me or that you think that could play me? Because I don't know. I'm stumped with this one. Okay, I'll just play myself. Okay, the next question is what's the last thing you read? Was a Harry Potter book, but I haven't honestly I read the first four and I started the fifth one. I really wanted to read all seven of them, but when I got to the fifth one, I mean, when I saw it's you how big it is, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna do all this. I would literally have to sit here for years and sit here and read this book. So it was the fourth Harry Potter book. Um, if you could relive one moment in your life, what would it be? My cruise. I loved my cruise. That was my favorite trip I ever went on. Was the cruise I went on for my high school graduation. Yeah. I had the best time that week. It was magical. The next question is, what's something you've always wanted to learn how to do? Sing. Well, I guess you really can't teach singing, but I do want to. I wish I knew how to sing. Um, but you know what? I'm gonna say cook. I'm gonna say cook. I really want to learn how to cook. If you're having a rough day, what's the one thing that can instantly make your day better? Bath and Body Works. I mean, it is what it is. Um, if you could snap your finger and instantly make the world better, what would you do? I would have no more hate, no more. I would wish everyone to be themselves and be comfortable, and there would be no discrimination of any kind, because there shouldn't be. What's the point of it, you know? There's no point to discriminate. It's just ridiculous. You can find a goddamn thing about everyone in this world that you cannot like or dislike or find something wrong with. No one's goddamn perfect. No matter what your ethnicity is, whatever your sexuality is, your gender, no one's goddamn perfect. So why isolate someone just because of something that's so ridiculous, you know? Um, but yeah, definitely. I would wish the world there was no such thing as hate and discrimination. Um, and then there's one more question by you, if I remember correctly, because I know there's one more up here. Yeah. You said this is the last one, girl. Okay. What fragrance, outfit, and makeup look would you wear on a first date? I gotta look back there. My perfumes. Okay, so I would probably wear my favorite perfume ever, which is Valentino Donna Buonarroma. That's my favorite perfume ever. It's I'll wear that on my wedding day, honestly. It's just the best perfume ever. An outfit, I love sparkly things. Anything sparkly, so a rhinestone jacket with like a spiked bracelet or like a black sparkly under top or blouse with black leather pants. I'm sounding like really like emo gothic, but like I like that style. Like I like sexy black sultry look. And that's the way I would do my makeup too. I do like a glittery black smoky eye with a nude lip. Um Yeah. Okay. Well, those are all the questions. Thank you, Eugenia, for the Jesus. This is just Eugenia, honestly. I really should just say the title of this video should just be answering Eugenia's questions. But thank you, Eugenia. You know I love you, girl. So yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for the questions, everyone who did ask a question. This is almost an hour long. Oh my goodness. But we made it. We did it. I have, oh my god, I have my tea on a warmer. I gotta shut the warmer off. Hold on. I gotta shut that off. Okay. Oh my goodness. How do I end this? This was an epic video. Jesus. So I'm gonna upload this tonight or tomorrow, and then the next video is gonna be the Valentine's Day vlog. I know that was, I did a poll, and that was one thing that people voted to wanted to see, but I uploaded the Bath and Body Works video instead first because that was just an easier video to film and upload and edit. The vlog is really hard to edit and film, and there's just a lot more things to go into the vlog. But that is coming. It's coming February 1st, actually. So mark your calendars. February 1st, the Valentine's Day. And it's a fun video. I enjoy doing the holiday themed vlogs. But the Valentine's Day one is cute. So that one's coming February 1st. So this Saturday. I always like to do it the first Saturday of the month. And so yeah, then this one will be uploaded today or tomorrow. Depending on how long it'll take to edit it or whatever. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. I love doing these. I do these once a year. It's a yearly thing. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you next one. Bye, guys.